standing alone under the Rockefeller tree. You're shining brighter than the light, and it's almost Christmas Eve. Do I reach out again, or just leave you all alone? Do I ask if you are okay, or lose my chance at love? I will give you my heart, everything that you'll ever need. I wish you'd spend your Christmas with me. I wish you'd spend your Christmas with me. If you've ever known how Christmas is meant to be, and as the snow starts to fall, this could be the love that you need. Can I show you what you're missing as you fall into my arms? Can I be your guardian angel and chase away the dark? I will give you my heart, everything that you'll ever need. I wish you'd spend your Christmas with me. I wish you'd spend your Christmas with me. I wish you'd spend your Christmas with me.
Hello. Mic check. A little loud, but should be good. Hopefully the music is quiet enough. But hello, 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 hello. How is everyone doing today? And would anyone like a game review? And let me know if the music's too loud. Surprised I haven't seen this report yet. Hello, Cinnamon and Corinthians. Tried to follow my advice. Show me. You got a game? Alright, whoever posts first. Or both of you can post, I'll just tab it.
Review started.
Oh my gosh, that is loud. Playing Black. Well, you've already lost. Their name is much funnier to say. Mahablam. Can't compete with a name like that. Ooh, playing this, Hope you've studied some variations. I swear, as soon as I sit down, the cat's like, I'm going to start meowing because I want to leave now. He's laying on the bed, taking a nap, perfectly fine. As soon as I start streaming, he's like, okay, I want to meow at the door now. Oh my gosh. Ugh. That cat, I swear, is like a Dungeons and Dragons player. He hates doors. Cool. So far, so good. Nothing crazy. That's a little bit of a big corner. I got your game. This is your game, right? I got it tabbed. I don't know, this feels a little big. But if you double Hane... Gosh, it might just... My volume's just really loud. Ah, this is a problem. Maybe you have to go here. This feels like the natural shape. I'll look this up. I don't know. I gotta check. I don't play that enough. Oh, bad move. Bad move. Just like a video says bad move. Position is even. How is it a bad move then? Oh my gosh. Looks like, yeah. Oh, Nobi first. I know that shape. Stupid. Stupid. Peep, descend, knight. I know that. Stupid. And if you block here, slightly good for white. I thought so. I had an inkling the corner was just too big. Okay, so it says attachment is one of the first options. So let's see. Here it says attach is an option. Yeah, but it's good to see what the options are. Like, it'll show you things that you didn't think of. I don't hate this one. I keep clicking the wrong tab. Interesting. You could Kobayashi. If you go here, you can play some Kobayashi-like variations. Have you studied the Kobayashi opening? This shape. Oh, fudge, you can't see it. Ah! Let me play it again. So start point 3-4, start point, approach, knight, jump back, 2 space, there, slide, pincer. So this is a variation. There's actually a lot of options here, but the idea is to gain the influence right here. So if you chose this one, it could look like this. So yeah, I think just more research. I think the conclusion is, like, you have to look this up because there's a lot of variations. It's your study. But I'm going to say conclusion here is this is a little good for white. The corner's just too big. It's not like you've lost or anything. I just think it's a few points better than for white. So I'd play something different. That's how it goes, though. That's how we learn. Is this Sente? This isn't Sente. Go attack. Yeah. Gotta be creating your own stuff. If everyone plays the textbook, then your opponents will always know your answer. I always say have at least one abnormal Joseki for a tournament. Like, you don't need to change everything, but have at least one Joseki that your opponents might not know as a weapon when you go to a tournament or something. Always have at least one. Study a Joseki that is not common. I prefer this. It's just a little bit better shape. Good shape uses means less Aji. Okay, you're getting a little greedy here. You're doing this around. It's already good enough. Why are you leaving all these cutting points? If you make a solid wall, this area is going to be very much in your control. If you leave a bunch of cutting points, there's invasion points now. There's here, there's here, there's here. You're leaving a bunch of openings to destroy your framework. No, chicken move. Chicken move. No, 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 no. This one. The entire... Okay, let me put this on a normal one. Okay, so here... approach, pincer... I'll do it this side. Approach, pincer, here, here, here. Here, dot, dot, dot. Fix your cutting point, jump, right? But in modern play, we go here. Because we want to treat these stones lightly. So in the future, if we need to, we can sacrifice those 3 stones. Like, not this exact play, but if we need to, we can sacrifice those stones to squeeze. Right, that's the entire purpose of going here instead of connecting. Connecting's the more basic one. Fix your cutting point, right? So why would we not fix our cutting point? You need to know the reason. Don't just copy moves. This is copying a move. This means you did this because you see it a lot, but you actually didn't understand the reason. So yeah, you can squeeze anything right here if you need to. So definitely a chicken move. This is your wall. You need to build it. Make it big. Don't defend your own something. Or, I don't know. I couldn't come up with anything clever. This is a really good shape. Yeah, I don't like the shape right here is just not good. Too many problems. Maybe here. You just gotta fix all these cutting points. Gosh, that is flat. This isn't bad, but I think these are already a lot of stones, so I would prefer to get it a little bit further away. But this is really good. Now just go in. If he has enough to cancel it out, then it's a little annoying. But if you go in and make it a headache, then they're going to have to go in and you get to attack. Usually you don't just give them that much cash without resistance. So at least try to do something. You could just go for the Ko. And then try to get 2 moves in a row. Winner, winner, chicken dinner. Yeah, if you aim for a Ko, it'd be really annoying for white. Because you don't have to win the Ko, you just get 2 moves in a row. Try to die in there for 2 moves in a row, it's worth it. I mean, I guess if you don't have to lose the group for 2 moves in a row, it's good. You can go here. Okay, so you just win? Because white never went in? Diagonal, then Nobi. It's better. Okay, kill it. Yep. This one's probably the easiest. But you can also go here. Second line. Attack it from the second line. Second line, let it run. Second line, let it run. Watch your cutting points. No, don't worry about that. That one stone's not gonna get it. Take the eye space, because you gotta realize there's no escape route. There's nowhere to go. So your job is to take the eye space, watch your cutting points. Those are the only 2 things you have to worry about. So second line is the eye space, And then you could just literally crawl. The only issue is this annoying stuff right here, but it should be okay. Like, there's no way to make eyes in here. It's not quite obvious. It's obvious when it's mentioned, but coming up with it's quite difficult. Usually someone has to tell you some strategies. A lot of the stuff sounds obvious, but like some professional players spent months or years figuring that out and then just taught it to other people who passed it on. So this is the accumulation of hundreds of years of playing Go. So don't feel too bad. There's a life and death problem. More Go problems. I guess here's also fine. Oh, nice. Half a year. Nice. Pretty good. Uh-oh. So White can just live here, right? So that's annoying. I mean, yeah, there's this life and death problem too, but still, why let White live? We don't need to let White live. Yeah, this is getting you in trouble. So way back when, way back here. Solid shapes. Solid shapes. It'll save you a big headache in the future. These little shapes will come back to bite you when fights start. All these little cuttable shapes. Yeah, S2 can kill it. R2 can kill it. No, we can't let them in. So you have to go here. This one you have to go here. So I think the thing keeping you single digit Q is these touching fights. Because your opening was good, your framework is good. I don't know how your invasions is because you didn't invade. But this tells me, this down here tells me that your fighting is still sketch. So to improve that, you want cuttable stuff, and you also need some life and death. So let me look. So I know we need connections and cuts. Honestly, click on the beginner, do everything in here. Everything in here is essential for single digit Q. Make sure you know every single one of these. Connections, cuts, ladders, nets. Nets and ladders are for capturing cutting stones. Now for the life and death in the corner, 5 or 6 space high maybe. Yeah, maybe 5 space high, 6 space high, or you can just go to making eyes and just do making eyes. That's probably the easiest. Oh, sorry, taking eyes. You want taking eyes. My bad. My bad, my bad. Because you're trying to kill. Taking eyes. Boop. Maybe level 2 or 3. Yeah. Yeah. Let's just start with these. They're start at level 2, so 2 or 3. Yep. And I'll leave it at that, and hopefully you found that helpful. Oh, are you Cinnamon? No, not Cinnamon. The Corinthians. I got your game. I already have it. I'm assuming you're white then?
Review started.
Are you white? I'm assuming you are white. Yeah, sorry, I mixed up. I was looking at your name when I talked, and you know how that goes. Are you still here? Are you still here? Okay, okay. Really tried to play solid defense. Yep. Having no cutting points, strong connections, lots of liberties, and avoiding getting surrounded before going for the attack and the more risky moves. Awesome. Awesome. Let's see how it goes. This is typically not a good shape. Typically, you want a connection. Nobi for Hanes have bad liberties. Okay. Good. If you want, go ahead and exchange that. Hey, dude, what's up? How you doing? If you want, go ahead and exchange this because you can pretty much do it at any time. But I think at this level, getting the timing is a little annoying. So just go ahead and have it on the board for you to work with whenever. Because the timing in a fight is a little annoying if you get it wrong. Oh, sweet. That's awesome. Are you in Tennessee? Florida? Ah. Well, happy holidays. Glad you're doing well. Hopefully family as well. Okay, so this one is a little bit interesting. Nobi down until probably like 4Q or 3Q. Because if they're playing this one, they don't know the trick. If you go down, they're probably going to block. And then you cut. They Nobi, you block, they try to escape, you do it to Suji. These 3 stones are dead. There's a trap that usually people don't know. Yeah, no, so once your opponents know not to do it, then black is okay, right? So because of that, they actually started doing the Hane because we assume that the opponent knows it. So now it's just a little bit better shape to have this instead of the one space to the right. So it's actually better to Hane now than to Nobi. But basically, you get strong enough that you realize, okay, now they're not gonna mess it up. But right now, like, just Nobi down. If they go here, it's like 1 point difference at best. It's really not that big of a deal. But if they go here, it's a very big deal, and it's no risk for you. It's all good for you. There's no problem in your shape. So if they play here, they almost never know it. Dude, corners are deadly. For the first year, I believe, of me getting lessons, when I was getting lessons from Jenny Shen, a pro, the first year was just 9-stone games, and every single game a corner died. Oh my gosh, it was so annoying. Every single game a corner died. And so my first big accomplishment was living with all my corners against a pro. That was my first big accomplishment in that 9-stone game. And then finally I beat her with 9 stones, and then we just started doing game reviews from then on. From there, it's just game analysis. But yeah, corners are annoying. There's a lot of stuff in the corners. I don't know how big that honey is. Whatever, it's fine. It's no problem for white. No, base. Make it base. It's free. cut still pretty Sente? Yeah. You don't need to just yet, though. That's fine. I'm really debating this Hane. Not being trapped in the corner is very nice. But this on the left is really big, so it's really hard to say. Oh, are you talking about this cut up here? Yeah. Yeah. I was under the impression you were trying to finish the opening before starting a fight, which I think is a better habit. You don't need to rush this. I've seen a lot of players immediately start this, and then they completely forget to play on the opening after the fight. So I think it's fine to spread out and start a fight in the middle game. Hey, yeah, just post the link. So I think just take a base. It's very natural. C12. Oh, yeah. Yeah, it's also Sente. That would be a nice order if you can get away with it. But I think maybe 11 and 12 is too optimistic. So black has 20 points, white has 20, 35, and white's the attacker. It's pretty good. Typically, when they don't Nobi, you need to surround, but you also have a weak stone, so this is a little bit awkward. I know what you're talking about. This, though, is a slightly different than what I mentioned because you can be attacked here. So what I mentioned was if you have a stone here somewhere and there's plenty of space to survive, then the kick is a really nice Joseki. But this is not really as attackable as you were in the game because black is really thick. There's not a lot of space to make a base, so that is the small difference. Slight difference, but yeah, you are thinking correctly. So just be careful about this stone getting counterattacked. Take that strength into the account when you're doing the attack right here. B6. Yeah. White's still okay. My point is, this is an easier game. See, a lot of the stuff is me just trying to get you to not go down routes that usually single-digit queues die in. So I'm just trying to get you to like go down the routes that you're likely to win with versus the routes that you could easily die. In this case, you need to cut, so this one. Because if we go here, black still has this connection, right? So every single stone changes it. So here, here, here. It's really nice. No, you're definitely good. You're fine. It's just more complicated. And complications can easily lead to mistakes if your judgment's not good. Ooh. Oh, this is so good for white. Oh, that was painful. Oh my gosh, that's so painful to watch. Here's too much. Just push. Also, just surround him in the corners probably. Well. Oh my gosh, it's just a nightmare. Oh my gosh, just go here. Okay, so maybe here's better because you don't want to give them the chance to sacrifice. Oh my gosh, that's so painful. Yeah, you let black live. Well, unnecessary co. But I get it. I get it. You didn't do too bad there. It was mostly blacks playing really bad there. I think I would like to get this exchange and then go up. It makes me feel more comfortable having that stone. So a cool thing for defense that you have to be careful with, because I know we talked about last time all these cutting points of the Hanes, but if you can live through your opponent's cutting points, it's the most powerful defense. But if you do it wrong, you can die. So you got to do it very cautiously. But if you go right here and then Atari and Nobi, I think you win this capture race because you're not completely blocked in, so you can gain liberties, and black is. So I think you can't lose this capture race. Well, actually, what if black goes here first? Does that change it? No. Requires very good reading, but very powerful when you do it. Or just that. Wait. What? You're doing this really well. Be cautious about this Atari because your opponent can sometimes will just go for the ko. So try to avoid the ko if you can. If you have to ko, then ko because it's their problem, not yours. But if you can just kill it outright, it's usually just better. So if I go here and you cut, I go here, right? So it's not a cutting point yet. If they go here, but it's not a cutting point at all. Yeah, just take the eye. That's better. No need for a ko. A good rule of thumb that I see a lot, I see a lot of people play ko threats like this. This is bad. Play ko threats that don't lose you points. So this is better because maybe this will escape in the future, or here. Play ko threats that don't just lose you points. So this fixed white's shape and lost the stone. So try not to lose points with a ko threat. Just always force your opponent to waste the ko threats, and then after the ko threat, then fix. So always take at least once. Just force them to waste the ko threat. It's valuable. Good. Good. Probably here. It's the safest. But no, you're doing fine. Okay, so you're up by how much now? This is so much better than last time. Oh my gosh. No, this is dead. So you're up by like 2, 4, 6, 8, 10, 12, 14, 16. So 35 to 40 points. Holy crap. Good line of influence. Keep your escape routes. I think you could have attacked this cutting point a bit more though. But I do like that you're keeping an eye on the biggest framework. That is good. Yeah, maybe you should have done that first. This is a little bit much. Yeah, this is a little much. That's a lot of points. Yeah, so you Tanuki to weak group. It's too much. Oops. I don't know if there's a way out of this. To move from a 1-point jump, it's the dog's face or horse face. Hey, Herv. That's possible. And it looks like it might be the right answer because it couldn't find an easy way to live. But you want to avoid that if you can. Like, if you don't have to sacrifice a group, don't sacrifice a group. 2, 4, 6, 8, 10, 12, 14, 16, 18, 20, maybe 21. That's almost as big as the center. I don't think the idea is the issue. I think Utanuki, the weak group, is the issue. So this is probably just a mistake, right? And just trying to figure out the best way to handle the mistake is difficult. But I don't know, I think it's okay. If you counted and you said that you can afford this, maybe. Okay, you can't keep sacrificing over and over and over. You have to fix stuff at some point. Sacrifice 4, then sacrifice 2, and then sacrifice 3. You can't keep doing that over and over. It's too expensive. So now, instead of a 10-point sacrifice, it became like 15 to 20, and now it's like 30. You can't sacrifice over and over and over. Just one sacrifice, and you have to save the rest. But you can't give 30 points. That's not worth it, because then the centers probably was worth less than that, so you ended up giving them more. These are a lot of cuttable shapes that you're ignoring right now. Probably want to jump. You're threatening an area and you're saving yourself. Also, this is quite big. This is 2, 4, 6, 8, 10, 12. I think this is nothing. There's nothing important here. You're Tanukiing this too much. The moment you stopped playing defense, this is when you get in trouble. Cut. Uh-oh. Bad habits coming back. It's usually past move 70 or move 100. That's when your habits come back. So yeah, you did really good. It's much, much better. Just try to keep it up for the entire game. Fix these hotties. Uh-oh. Uh-oh. You're in trouble. Oh, man, the hotties. Oh, that was so nice. That's such a connection now. Everything's fixed. What's the score? Okay, so you're still up. Just play a strong endgame. I'm just Hane. No reason to do this. Wait, can't you just... There's Aji. It's a lot of Aji. Careful, that's... It's probably okay. You gotta be careful of these variations, though. Good. No, you're alive. You have Miai. Tanuki. You can connect here, and you can connect here. I don't know what to do. Something here, just play some in-game. You can push all this. This is probably a chicken move. Free to 2. The concern is the life and death, but because it's so wide, you can easily make an eye right here. Yeah, I think this is much better. Much better. You see, the only real problem that you had was two things. You Tanuki to weak group, which you didn't notice, so it's understandable, but that's what got you in trouble. And then you could have, you had a lot of cutting points in this area. So those are the only two issues that you had this entire game. So if you can keep that strong shape up for the whole game, imagine. Just imagine the possibilities. But yeah, look how great that left side is. Sanrensei? It's a rough game. And hopefully you found that helpful.
Review
Sanrensei
started.
at the double digit Q level is very intimidating. Single digit Q level, you just need to know how to play against it and have some play, some variations and stuff. But the stronger you get, the more you realize Sanrensei is like crazy on both sides. It's a really big fight and lots of judgment calls. It's a big fighting game. So aside from the psychological factor, I think below 5Q it's probably not good. Unless you watch my stream. The reason for this is because a lot of players will use star points to make territory. That is not what star points are for. So Sanrensei is all about the framework, but I guarantee you the people who don't know about the setup for extensions to attack are going to try to make territory with Sanrensei, which is incredibly inefficient. So Sanrensei, as a psychological factor, very intimidating. But right, so influence is really good if you attack with it. If you don't attack with it, it's not great. So you have to know how to use influence to play something like Sanrensei. If you can use influence, you can play it. You said you were what? You were black. Any opening's worth learning. If you know it and your opponent doesn't, it's fine. Like, at the end of the day, you need to know every basic opening. So pick something you enjoy and just learn that, right? In an ideal world, you need to have responses to like every opening. But you can't play them all at once. You can't learn them all at once. So just pick one, learn it. Pick one that you'll have fun learning and learn it. I think what I usually tell my students is pick an opening, play it for 50 games, switch one move, play for 50 games, switch one moves, play for 50 games. That is a good way to get a good rounded opening game. But you could also just master one opening really, really well if you just want to do that. If you're not worried about like changing your game or getting bored with it, you could get really good with that. I technically did that. I played the exact same opening for 2 years straight as black. Because I felt really confident with it, and I was able to play it really, really well because I had a lot of practice with it. But eventually it got to the point where I was like, I need to learn how to deal with all this other stuff because there's only so far you can get. My opening's still terrible. What are you talking about? My opening's 2Q. But my opening was also very predictable. Like everyone in the Go Club knew what responses I would play. Because I played the exact same thing every single week. Dude, my opening's so bad. At least relative to my level. Relative to my level, my opening's really bad. What level is this? I know you said black, but like what level are we at? I want here, here, here. I want to just settle everything. If everything's settled, then I'm good. Actually, maybe even here? Nah. Get this Tiger's Mouth. Because white doesn't have a base on either side, and I'm practically alive. Practically alive. 6Q Fox, that explains this. S2 is urgent. This is both players' eye space. Oh, unfortunate. Buzzsaw can do that opening like a Dawn level. She's really good with the opening. You have to be good at reducing frameworks to do it. So the points lever gets you 30 points as fast as possible, and then you just have to deal with your opponent's center. Oh, no. So Clausius comes from my 12-year-old self, who thought it would be cool. I was playing Final Fantasy XI, and I thought it'd be cool to have my username be a foreign word, but I'm dumb. So I thought it would be really cool if my username was Gracias, but I thought thank you in Spanish was Clausius. So Clausius is a mispronunciation of Gracias from a 12-year-old. Maybe I was 11, I don't know, somewhere like really young. So it's a mispronunciation of Gracias. But because it was unique, it's not a real word, no one ever has it. So I just kept using it. Because it's a username that I can just go by and then no one else will ever have it. So it's always mine. So I just stuck with it and now it's just me. If we're the attacker, this is good for stealing the eyes, but S2 is a double base move, so this is really urgent. Oh, you didn't? I didn't know you didn't know that. But yeah, that's funny. it's really funny. And you know me, so you can see how easily I make dumb stuff like that happen. Like, I do a lot of dumb stuff like that. Outside of Go, I've done a lot of really stupid things. How do I fix this? Just connect? Problem here is this is very cuttable, and White's alive. Yeah, I think you undervalue S2. It's both players' eye space. That's why it's so big. This cutting point is very annoying. I kind of want to go here, here, and settle. I'll have forcing moves over here, and I'm starting to look at these two stones, and I'm trying to fix everything. Nah. Damn. Everything, it looks like you're playing normal shape, but you have so many cutting points across the board, it's becoming an issue. You're getting too many weaknesses on the board. P7 is wonky, but fixes both. I think the connection is just better. Because this is an annoying peep, and there's still that peep. Like, this is really annoying. So I think just go here. If they try to cut, you can squeeze it. Yeah, wonky. Yeah, there's no really good way to fix it. That's the problem. If they peeve, you can do that. Or just that. Yeah, it's a very annoying shape. It's not a good shape. Too many weaknesses. Nobi, you have to Nobi. This is the follow-up. If you're worried about that, you should just go here. If you're worried about this cut, you should just go here. Base. Base, base, base. Base, 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 base. Bases are important. So I think the big key here is you are not understanding bases and how important they are. Well, that's an easy cut. Speaking of bad shape, nice cap. Nice, nice cap. Interesting. But there's an opening right here. Yeah, just go jump or knights move. It doesn't help the cut as much, so maybe just jump, but you gotta seal them in. That's the goal. If you let them out so easily, then you're gonna get in trouble. So I've said this multiple times to many people, but usually you don't want to play a cuttable shape from a cuttable shape. So 2-space is good for speed, right? But if you do a 2-space into a 2-space, then you're doubling the amount of cutting points you have. So one cuttable shape is usually manageable because we have variations and stuff. But if you do like a knight into a knight, or a hane into a hane, or a 2-space into a 2-space, you have a lot more to keep up with. So usually it's better to play a strong shape from a weak shape. Like if you do a 2-space, usually 1-space after that. Knight's move, then diagonal. Now this is not always true. Like there's a double hane Tsuji, but typically that's why it makes it a Tsuji, is because usually it's bad, but in this case it's good. That's what makes it a Tsuji, or a tactic. So since you have a cut right here, it's a little bit sketch to also have a 2-space right here. It's not the end of the world, but imagine some sort of double peep like this happens in the future. So I think it would just be better to play a stronger shape. Usually that's pretty reliable. Strong shape makes the future fights easier. This is becoming an issue. You're giving 4th line territory to attack this group, so you have to get what you've just gave back and then some. So this is becoming a little sketchy about the profit, but still possible. Cap. If they go here, you have a double cut. No, you don't. Dang. If we had a 1-space jump, we wouldn't have had this. Oh, what do we do? Here? No. That is so expensive, though. Maybe save it. Maybe just save it for later. Maybe get like 1 move and then, I don't know, save it for later. Start a fight up here, see if you can make them interact. If there's not a good way to attack, then maybe just save it. Let it float. What? Odd. This is a bad shape. If you have a knight's move, you don't want to Nobi back to it. That's typically bad. It means you shouldn't have played the knight's move.
Alanmus64 is now following.
Oh, Alex, you probably, you almost definitely don't know, but in the Discord, the Tennessee Discord or whatever, we are actually having a get-together for a week, if you wanted to fly up. Seth is coming to visit, and so everyone's getting an Airbnb to stay for a week from January the 10th to the 17th. And I think we have like almost 20 people, something like that. A lot of people are trying to go to just have a Go house hangout for a week. A bunch of, yeah, so like Kara said, a bunch of them will be in or out, so it won't be the entire, that won't be that number the entire week, but thank you. Okay, love you. To clarify, people will be popping in and out, but basically it's a week of Go. Yeah, Seth is coming to visit. Yeah, if you have the time, I mean, by all means, drop by. But it is in January, and you said you only had a month off, so. But, yeah. If you can surround is better. I don't know. This is something I would have to spend a few minutes on. But surround is the goal. So if you don't surround, you've messed up. That's pretty much the conclusion. You have to surround it. Even if it lives, it's better to surround. Connections are better. Connections are great. Maybe this one. It's an annoying amount of shape issues. You don't have to sack the stone. Don't give the stone. This tiger's mouth is not necessary because the point is to get some stones right here. Your job here is not to live, but to cut, and you've already cut. If white tries to cut here, you just squeeze it. So, let's say I go attack, right? White says, I'm going to cut. Just give it up. Just squeeze it. As long as you don't die. If you die, then it's not good. Even still. Maybe just go here then. Either way, just keep it in mind, but usually you want to squeeze that. Is this that? No, the second line can't be that big. Don't play second line moves. I think you're trying to kill this too. You're trying too hard to kill this. You just want to surround it and profit. Yeah, just cap. You're double attacking. Everything's good. It's white's problem. You just stay strong. White has to figure it out. You're looking for points. This is not getting points. If you want points, that's a pretty nice one. Because it threatens that. White runs, then you can make 4th line territory in Sentai. That's good profit. Don't push diagonals. Very bad habit. Don't push diagonals. Makes them strong. Makes them really strong. This is becoming more and more dangerous. Okay. Cool, so I have no issues now. And white has to live. I get 4th line territory. And profit. Crap, am I gonna die? That would suck. Ugh. Everything's cut. This is an odd move. If you're playing all these moves over here, so what, you became surrounded at this point, white played here, you should have solved the life and death before respawning everywhere else. So this is very awkward because at this entire point, you should have known the life and death problem. And white has all these chances to attack it. So this move shouldn't have activated anything, right? Like, how did this affect this? Yeah, that's because your attacks were too direct. You need to be loosely surrounding, not in their face, like touching them. You don't have to do that. Nobi first. Peeps are bad. Don't do it unless you're about to go for the throat or something. It's really hard to get this timing down because it feels the same, but I want to leave the Aji for a cut later or a squeeze. It's really difficult to understand the difference, but if there's future Tsujis, you typically don't want to get rid of the Aji. Leaving Aji laying around is very helpful. Very big. Don't care. Oh, nice. Good Tanuki. Nope, profit. There's no influence now. You do this, you leave it open when you're trying to get them to invade so you can attack them for profit. But if you attack and surround something now, there's nothing here. So that means you don't set up an attack, you cash out. Just keep cashing out? Are you gonna die? Yeah, if you can solve this life and death, you get another move. So, I want to say your attacks are a little direct. You want to be a little bit more abstract with your surround. And you're leaving a lot of cutting points. So play a little bit stronger shape to attack with. And then those two things I think are the big things. Yeah, we'll leave it at that, and hopefully you found that helpful. Typically I try to just do one per stream, per person, so that way other people get chances. Cthulhu, right. Wait, which game? Okay.
Review started.
All right, and I'll look at this in just a second. I just need to take a quick break, and then I'll be right back. Okay. Oh, and shout outs to the lessons. If you guys like my teaching style and would like to get more classy, please check it out. I'm already in the review. I think it more comes with reviewing. So for example, you need to have some like checklist. Look in your review, you need to say, okay, I played at this timing. but bad things happened. So let's go back a little bit, and what caused the bad things? Did I invade when I left a weak group that ended up getting attacked in the future? Or did I take too long to get to the framework? Could I have gotten there sooner? And that all, what you're talking about is judgment. Judgment comes from analysis. And the biggest issue is middle game doesn't repeat, right? Like the opening you can study a lot better because it repeats. But the middle game is always unique. So it's reviews with yourself, with AI, with a teacher, and then trying to identify a few key points. Like if you're dying a lot, why? Go to your profile. Let's just click this person. Let's go to the profile. You say, okay, 9.5. It's fine. You probably can learn some in-game, but let's look at these resignation. These are the ones you need to review. What caused the resignation? Is it a dead group? Why is it dead? Did you miss a cutting point? Did you invade too deep? Did you mess up a life and death problem? Figure out what it is that you messed up, and then try to work on it. So like if you missed a cutting point, okay, try not to miss cutting points in the next game. If you died because you invaded too deep or you messed up a life and death problem, maybe invade a little bit sooner, or maybe do a reduction instead, and have a balance of stuff. And you have to like keep adjusting. Every single game you get a little bit more knowledge, a little bit more experience, and you just adjust a little bit at a time. And you just keep practicing. You go to your resignations, you figure out what you did wrong, analyze it, try to get one thing from it, and then go practice that the next game, and just keep going. You just keep repeating that loop hundreds and hundreds of times. But yeah, that judgment is not something you can just do once or twice. The hardest thing to improve, and this has been told to me by Korean professionals, the hardest thing to improve is judgment. So one of the biggest things that sets strong players apart from weaker players, sure, there's some variations and some reading differences, but a lot of it is judgment at the higher levels. I hate that you lost. White deserves to lose for this. White deserves to lose. I'll go fourth line here because you already have some stuff right there. Also, imagine you want the extension from here, right? Or fourth line or whatever. Would you really want this? You would rather it be here. So since this one already wants an extension that way, you should have something that also makes a combination. No, top side's bigger. Extending from Shamari is really big. Also, you could just straight up attack. Get to the fourth line. You're on the third line too much. When you have support on both sides, be on the fourth line. You're not developing. If they don't Nobi, don't play the Nobi follow-up. You gotta switch. You gotta do something different. Judgment is a lot of things. Judgment is timing. Judgment is counting. Judgment is understanding if a reduction is better or an invasion is better. So there's a lot that goes into judgment. That is not an easy one category. The Colossi approach is like all the answers, and your judgment says, okay, which one of the answers applies to this board? That's judgment. But yeah, don't just try to force a Joseki. You are cutting white. This stone has been touched and ignored. So usually you want to either go here or here. You could also surround it and go for this for the eye space. But why would you jump when the jump is meant to build while threatening a pincer? So this is kind of like tunnel visioning on a sequence instead of actually playing the board. Connections are better than tigers' mouths. Also, this allows you to cut off the corner. I think you die, but at least you get to squeeze it. Maybe here then. But the Atari, you don't get to choose what you do now. Make a base. Need the base. Now you don't need the base. Okay. No cutting point yet. It's a little sketch right here, but let's just go to the next thing. Just a pincer right here. You don't need to follow this up. No need to give fourth line territory when you already have the influence. Okay. Second line. It's not the end of the world, though. You can't be cut if white's dead, but this is a judgment call. Speaking of judgment, you have to know that this is a cutting point, yes, but you're not cuttable if white's dead. So therefore, you don't have to fix the cutting point. It's like a multi-layer understanding, but overall defense is good. Don't fix that cut. That's not a cut. That's not a cut. Don't worry about... You're getting distracted by this, though. Alright, now what do you want to do up here? You want to surround, right? They go here, who cares? You just kill the corner. Who cares? Don't get distracted by that stone. That stone doesn't really matter. The fundamentals don't change because of Tengen. Reduce the ice space and kill it. It's just straight up dead. Maybe this is easier to read. Life and death. So I think this game, your positions have been too flat. And in this corner, you also tried to force a Joseki when it wasn't the Joseki. So get your stones to the fourth line when you're developing. When you have support, develop. Don't force a Joseki, and don't let this stone distract you. Really solid wall, but you could have had a 25, 30 point corner. So it's a little bit unfortunate. This is one of these moves that is really annoying, but we have to trial by fire to learn it. I literally tell my students at Double Digit Q to do this until they learn why it's good or bad. Once they understand it's bad most of the time, they stop doing it. That is what I tell them to do. So this is not bad. Even if it's bad, it's not bad. Because you guys are trying to learn how this corner works. So, can't hate this move. But, as black, I understand it's really annoying. Especially when we don't know all the life and death problems yet. But this is how we learn it, is we gotta play it. So, it's unfortunate, but it's how learning goes. Now, surround it and keep it in the corner. Keep it in the corner. That surround is very important. This one doesn't really make sense because you already have the ice base. So why are you trying to connect? And if you're trying to surround, then you would surround the whole thing. This one is not really surrounding. I'm sorry. Yeah, a little couple wasted moves here. Nope. Block. You are not cuttable. That's why we do the cutting problems. Influence is good, but it's because white keeps giving it to you. Flat and cutting points. These cutting points made you misplay a few plays here. Okay. Touch, Nobi, take the base. Close, take the base though. Base is on the third line and then surround. Good. This is a little bit better because it's Sente, but cut is good. Good, good, good. Technically this kills it, but I care less about that, more about that you're surrounding it, so it was good. You don't have to finish the sequence. This is good enough. You don't even need to do that. It doesn't matter. Yeah, you're right. Sorry. I just glanced. That's what I get for glancing. Yeah, wrong side. Assuming that I wasn't stupid, white has Miai to live, then just Tanuki. You don't have to finish it. But yeah, obviously. Okay. Either way. Develop is okay. But now actually this stone is a reduction move. So now we cap it. Use our reduction basics. And that is because our wall has gotten out here. Now we can start surrounding it. So now we treat it as a reduction. This one's probably playing too fast. Or not enough go problems. No, you do plenty of go problems. This is just playing too fast. You don't have to play. White goes up, you Atari. Connect. I know that graphics suck because I change colors and have it updated this page, but you are black. You played 5.1 seconds a move. White played 2.6 seconds a move. Yeah, I caught it. This is far too fast. This needs to be like 12 seconds plus. 2.6 is insane. Even blitzing, you don't play that fast. So, gotta slow down a little bit and double check stuff before you play. Apply the go problems. If you don't give yourself time to apply the go problems, they don't help you. You have to give yourself the time to read the go problem. This is good, but you can be a little bit more direct. Here, you're still thinking of it as a Tengen Stone. Let's move it here. Now it doesn't feel like Tengen. Now it feels like a reduction. Right? It's the same thing. Nice. Go here. This is a very awkward shape because it has this little hole. This one also has a hole, but it doesn't matter with the Tengen, right? The Tengen can't play the hole. Here, the Tengen can kind of influence the cutting shape. Slight difference. You could also just go here and then one space jump. That might be even better. Now there's no giant cut. Shut the door. Shut the door. Only because you have to keep something dead is this okay. Technically, there's nothing wrong there. You can move faster in this. You don't need to move like when the damage around. Nope. Surround first. Surround first. Don't let them out. Uh-oh. Cutting points. There's cutting points. Connect the cutting points. Remember, they live inside only through cutting points. All you have to do is watch the cutting points and they'll die. Oops. I guarantee you this is because you're rushing though. What? What? Yeah, this has got to be from playing too fast, because you've done the cut problems on Sumego Dragon, so you should be able to solve this. Oh, got it. I think this is solvable, so fix the cutting point. Yeah, I think slow down. Maybe watch the Klossy approach videos again. Just focus on your basics and don't rush. And let yourself have time to apply the reading. But these almost instant responses, and also I think you're letting the Tengen affect you too much mentally. I think you get too affected by the Tengen Stone. Okay, you have eyes, just surround it, push it to the wall. In this case, the wall is here because these are alive. So in other words, this cannot be a weakness, therefore it is a wall. So push them that way. This is also acceptable. Touch Nobi. Touch Nobi. This one's a chicken move, probably. Okay. Just keep an eye on these cutting points. No, it's already one eye. You don't have to keep taking the eye. Just watch the cutting points. I don't know where they are, but watch them. Yeah, watch the cutting points wherever they may be. They can't make an eye. You've already taken it away, so therefore watch the cutting points. This is making me nervous. It was good. Okay, so these, when you're probably referencing the Nobi to the second line. But it's actually the first line. So in the end game, the Hane is better, but it's still, they're both technically Gote, because if you go down and White ignores, it is no different than the Hane, right? Well, that's not Sente either. It's no different. If we're just talking in-game, this is no different than if you had played Hane there. Just in-game, there's no difference. Life and death aside. For 16Q, this is not a life and death problem we can solve. Also, how does this play out? Yeah. How is it dead? This is alive. What am I missing? As far as I know, this is living. Reduce from the outside, then B18. Okay, which reduction? If you go here, then I go here. That's alive. So this is the only other one. Same thing. Here, I'll just turn on the AI. Yeah, there's no way to kill it. This is a living shape. These, however... yeah, it's okay that this is not 16Q. This is like 7Q plus. So it's not a huge deal. For you to know that. I think what's more important is the third line stuff and the like this stuff right here. Atari and then lose the 3 stones. That is a cutting shapes, Ataris, squeezes, nets, all of that stuff you need to know like by heart. Okay, so if I go here. That is unfortunate. There's nothing on that one. Here, 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 here. That's annoying. Is there a Tsuji here? Why was the AI recommending it? Oh! Oh my gosh, you're insane. Okay, sorry. I didn't see this invasion combination. My bad. My bad, my bad. Yeah, totally. 16Q variation. I mean... It's not a huge deal. Just read what you can. If there's nothing there, then just reduce. It's White's problem, not yours. If you find it, cool. If not, and something was there, look at the shape, go do those Go problems. But holding yourself to a perfect standard, like you're supposed to know everything, is not gonna help you improve. It just like really make you upset. Really make you mad. The goal is to do what you can do and figure out which piece of the puzzle you're missing, and then go learn that piece and then practice. Oh, you're talking about before. This is a Ko. Well, I guess it's a Ko no matter what. I was like, this is a descendable, and black can only Ko. So this is a Ko, but then your variation was also a Ko. Yeah, no, like I was looking here, and I'm like, what are you on about with the corner could have died? I was like, what am I missing? Oh, but yeah, no, before that got there. Absolutely dead. You don't even need all that fancy stuff. Like, unnecessary. You don't have to sacrifice that many, but the point, this is just driving the point home. What is that Verizon commercial? Raising the bar? Something like that. It's the Verizon commercial. Reverse Sente and double Sente. Sente means it's Sente for you. Reverse Sente means it's Sente for your opponent. Double Sente means it's Sente for both players. I mean, I would call us nuts because being able to like read like a Dawn player means you're nuts enough to put that much effort into the game. You really should. I don't know if you should put this much effort into a hobby. We might be a little bit nuts, especially since this is our job. Nuts is a good word for it. All right, hopefully you found that helpful.
Review started.
Can you imagine getting this good at like bowling or something? Tennis. I know people do it, but you could also call them nuts, right? That's not Sente yet. The extension, well, not that. The extension, open sides, extensions, and then you jump. The jump here is the response, by the way. But this is smaller than an open side and a Shamari extension, I believe. That's not an extension. Open sides first before you build. Open sides, then build. Don't ignore the opening. Hana is a caudible. Why does no one want this right side? Why is everyone avoiding this? No one wants the opening move. Like, who cares about an opening? I don't care about that. Okay, ignoring the right side, which is hard to do. This is an annoying amount of Aji. I don't know. Maybe it's fightable, maybe it's a bait move. But it's an annoying amount of Aji. But if you can handle it, maybe it's okay. Invasion point is... This is a good invasion point. I believe you wedge this one. And only if you have both ladders. Because it's white's choice. So white cuts. That ladder goes this way. That ladder goes this way. Black must have both ladders to wedge. So white has to do this. And then black gets variations usually. A lot of people got banned yesterday trying to find the new... There's new lines? What? What are you on about? What do you mean new lines? Locally, no. It's a fight. But technically, this is a variation of that. If you wanted to do a different option, there is this idea. or here, but this is also not alive. So the idea is the cut. If none of these work, then you go here. Well, no, because that can lead to the same blasted. No, because no, this forces the ladder variation. They were wrong. Yeah, if you have both ladders, this one's technically better. And so white counters it by going here and getting the influence. Yeah. True story, in this particular shape, I died a lot of times in here trying to learn it. So don't feel bad. I died a lot with this shape. I don't know what Bat's opinion on it. I definitely know my opinion. Cap is a way to surround it, but this is the way to build the top side, and the top side is where you're trying to build. So this is the way you want to do it. This one's building the bottom right center, this center, but there's white stones here, so this is not. My opinion is get the corner. That's not worth the corner. Yeah, this is technically not where you want to be. You want to, you want this framework right here. And look, it's a triangle. And the reason the Knights moves into a Knights moves is okay is because I'm planning to sacrifice number 1. That is my reason for that. Anything works if a professional plays it because they play it in a very specific situation and have the reading and judgment. Locally, I prefer the corner. And I'm not a pro, so I'm almost always going to go for the corner. Ooh, connection to Tsuji. No. Here, and then here, and here. And it's not a freaking Tsuji. Dang it! Okay, Knights moves are cuttable. Okay, so yeah, this is an awkward shape with the star point because you have to play it 2. But once you lose the option to play it 2, now it has a bunch of stuff. Yeah, it's Gote for you. Yes. The idea is if all of your moves are Gote, then play the Gote ones that are Sente for your opponent. So play the reverse Sente before the rest of the Gote. So if you have no Sente moves left and you only have Gote, you can take away their Sente moves. So you play the reverse Sente before the rest of the Gote. I versus no I. Dead. Something words. What? Threes are important. Okay. About that top Mario now. Here. Also here. If they want this corner, make them earn it. You don't really take a risk if it's already theirs. You don't really lose much. Okay, this is all fine, but you're missing the big framework. Like all of these moves and all of these moves, you're not on the big framework. So locally, your shapes are more or less okay. There's one, there's a mistake right here, but there's a pattern here to learn. The shape right here is, you missed the vital point, so that one's a shape move, shape mistake. but all of these are just not on the big framework. So I think the biggest issue is you're not on the big framework. What? This one's not necessary. This is great, but there's still a big framework. Okay, cap here, because shoulder hit is for building it like that. Oh, fudge line. Shoulder hit's for building it like that, but you want to build it like that. So in that case, the cap is better. So just imagine like the line. Hopefully that makes sense. Hane there, double hane. Convenient. Ooh. Ooh. That is a solid connection. This one's not necessary. That one's big. That one's really big. It's really, really big. I think it's like 20 points. Maybe 30. Cut. Good, 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 good. 4 points, doesn't matter. Your end game is better than White's, but you can improve it by not worrying about 1 or 2 stones and getting to the second line moves. That's optimistic and overplay. Or actually, no, just freaking go here. Or here. K8, no, it's way more than Reverse Sentai. This is so many points. This is practically a middle game move, not an in-game move. It's too valuable. Okay, I said ignore 1 and 2 stones, but don't, like, give them the stone that you're gonna ignore. I guess he realized, but that's technically not a good exchange. Good that you got to it. Newbie! I think the key was this area, this top side, this upside down house. See, there's the door. And there's a pretty little window. And a little ornament. See, it's a pretty house. That was the focus of the game. It took you quite a while to get over there, so I think that's the big key. I'll say that's enough for this. Hopefully you found it helpful. Did White not fix right? Where? Unfortunately, I do have to wrap it up here, so I'm sorry I can't review your game, but I do have a lesson in just a little bit, so I'm gonna wrap up the stream for now. R12. Not quite, unless you're talking about earlier. I'm not sure if there was anything earlier though. Oh, you were reading that. No. Take the liberty. No, you're good. You're good. I've seen much worse than this. Have a good one. Thanks for stopping by. I've seen much worse than this for misreading stuff. Don't worry. Oh, there's more. Murder! I love that you can kill the corner. Makes me very happy you can just murder this confidently. All right, so we're gonna go ahead and wrap it up here. Hopefully you guys found today educational. And if you are interested in getting more,
Hopefully you guys found today educational.
shush! No one wants to listen to you.
Interested in
Quiet.
Go
Pause.
for
How
the
about
Eyes
pause this?
86
There you
is
go.
now following.
Okay, what I was saying was if you're interested in hearing more of me, not two at the same time, check out my website. You can get lessons. I do teach Go for a living, so it helps me out. And with that, let's go ahead and rate another one. Hope you guys enjoyed, and I'll see you guys next time.